It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the NFC East. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles under the lights on Monday night.
Take a drive from downtown along Broad Street. You run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. Good to be in the booth with my partner, Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Welcome, and Greg, this is one of those that's worthy of prime time because wide receivers love the spotlight as much as any position group in the league, and we got two guys who shine under the lights here tonight.
And I think where it's going to be really fun and get interesting to watch, Mike, is in those critical situations. The game's on the line, third down, red zone, gotta have it moments. There is no mystery. Both these sidelines, they know exactly where the ball's going, and they're just going to say, I dare you to stop them. These are two prime, elite wide receivers in the National Football League. Night game, prime time, they're looking to put on a show.
It's Jake Elliott, ready to get this one kicked off. And off we go from the link. Cavante Turpin on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
And here we see Dak Prescott taking the field, Mike, coming off what a lot of people thought was an MVP caliber season. He finished runner-up, of course, to Lamar Jackson. And people love to nitpick Dak's game. I don't know if it's because he plays for the Cowboys and people love to hate. But regardless, he is as talented as they come. He is the leader of that team. He needs to have the postseason success that he has found in the regular season. Once he does that, I'm not sure what's left to nitpick.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll go again with Williams. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On first down, right back to Williams. And not a whole lot going to come from that one. Going to about the 39. Here's 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll let this go deep for Tolbert. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds. Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
On 4th down, the veteran Brian Anger on to punt for Dallas. And a pretty good punt there. Fair catch taken right around the 11-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Man in motion is Brown. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And this is going to work out just fine. He's got the 1st down. A gain up to the 28-yard line.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
Once again, it's Barkley. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. He'll tuck it and take off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run here with Barkley.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. Cavante Turpin to return for the Cowboys. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Cowboys offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They'll search for the 1st points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. Pressure gets there. And down he goes. That is Jalen Carter, the Georgia product, barreling in for the sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the ground, this is Williams. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Clearly the plan on offense was to establish the run a little bit on this drive, Mike, but the defense is having none of it. 1st and 2nd down stop, no gain. Now it brings up a 3rd and long. We'll see if they try something else.
Dak facing 3rd and long. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. A throw on the move is caught. And they bring him down inside the 20.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look.
To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reed Blankenship.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Eagles offense ready to take over for their second possession. They had to punt on their opening drive. No damage done as of yet. Still scoreless here, and they'll pick it up 1st and 10. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Trayvon Diggs in on the tackle. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Hurts will work here from the pistol. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Here's Braden Mann now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Dak to throw. In the middle of the field, it's taken by C.D. Lamb.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now Prescott. He'll get this complete. It's Lamb again. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
1st down, Prescott. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion, These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
It'll be a run out of the gun with Williams. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. He'll try to run for it with Williams. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
On the option, here's Williams. And he'll work this down inside the 35. N'Kobe Dean in on the tackle. Hook him up on a second down and 8. On the ground, it's the rookie from UT. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack, and it's clear why.
Dak going to throw it here on first down. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
On second down, it's Dak. That's to Ferguson once again. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
In order for this play to be successful against man coverage, Mike, two things need to happen. One, the quarterback has to anticipate the break. He has to get that ball out on time. And then the rest is the receiver creating the separation at the top. And when both are accomplished, you can see what the results are.
And he will have a Cowboys first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on third and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position, but with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6, but after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Now Prescott. He'll get that to Javonte Williams. On fourth down, here's Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal try. This a 31-yard attempt. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. but at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Here comes a return from the 3. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's taken in right side by Goddard. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. There's the tight end, Greg Calcaterra. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Running from the pistol with Barkley. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here. His ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And it's recovered by one of his teammates. So we've played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. 3-0 is our score. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. That's going to be out of bounds. Well judged and spotted right at the 10-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. It's another run here for Williams. And he'll weave his way down close to that 1st down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short. On the play fake. Dak. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Pistol now for Prescott. That's complete, left side to Pickens. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
It's into the hands of Pickens once again. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now in that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Now he'll run it. Dak wisely hits the deck at the end, but he slides after picking up the first down.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
That is caught downfield by Pickens. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. Here comes Williams on the toss to the right. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down. On the give, it's Williams. And he will have a Cowboys first down. At least it appears that way. He got it maybe by the length of the football. To throw is Dak. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On third down, Prescott. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And he's got the first down. A great job looking at engaging where the marker is and getting there to set up first and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, they got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal. Now here's second and goal. Prescott. That is caught. What a job on the scramble. George Pickens. Touchdown, Cowboys.
And once they let the quarterback out of the pocket, it just became too many options at their disposal. They got to keep him in the pocket and limit the run option. Once he's out there on the perimeter, Mike, his ability to either throw it or take it in himself, it just puts so much pressure on these coverage defenders and results in an easy touchdown.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He gets it to go. The Cowboys are out to a 10-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. A return now from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Eagles' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as the tackle's made just shy of the 40.
Up until that run, this first half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
So from the 39, they come up on first and 10. Hurts working in the pistol. He's going to run it. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
From the 35, it's first and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Quick throw on the RPO to Goddard. And he's into the end zone. Dallas Goddard
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and end result is still a touchdown.
Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Eagles are on the board. It's 10-7. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return, here's Turpin. Now an opening past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Here's Dak Prescott, and the Cowboy offense set to go again. He's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to him with another drive here. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. The open man is Tolbert. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw, still result in a big game.
Dak gonna run with it himself. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Man, when it works well, the zone read is a thing of beauty. It just adds another dimension to this offense, and if the defense doesn't get a better plan, they're going to continue to do it all day.
On 1st down, it is Williams. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he brings it down to about the 28-yard line. Sidney Brown, they're on the tackle. 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up 1st downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Quick throw, taken in. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
Now, Prescott. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line. Trying to catch the defense off guard with this designed quarterback run. Doesn't go down for a sack, but either way, defense was ready for it, able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
From back at the 5, here now 3rd and goal. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase? Meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
For the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This, about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. At the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. Avery Williams on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Hurts will work here from the pistol. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and that will lead to a 2nd down. A pistol snap back to Hurts. Now a quick throw taken in by Brown. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. To throw is Hurts. Quick slant into the hands of Smith.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Again, Hurts. He'll tuck it and take off. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Hurts looking to throw on 1st down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he will score. Devontae Smith, touchdown Philadelphia.
Really nice job there by the receiver, understanding what to do after you secure the catch and the ability to target him in the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. If you can hit them in stride and be accurate with the ball, there is a lot of green grass to pick up yards after the catch, and he's able to take this one all the way into the end zone for 6.
Elliott on now for the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Eagles move out in front by a point. It's 14-13. Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Prescott now. To the left side. Caught by Lamb. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. To the line now on 2nd and 2. Now Prescott. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a 1st down. Dak to throw. A short throw caught by Ferguson. They'll throw again. Dak. That's to Ferguson once again. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone out inside the 20. A huge play just before the half. 39 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. They put Pickens in motion. Looking to set up the screen there, but he decides not to force it, and it's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
To the air again, Prescott. This one caught by CeeDee Lamb. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. Third and a yard. Cowboys going to use their third and final timeout. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This, about as short as you can get. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Cowboys get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Final moments of this first half, kicking with the lead now, as this one is in the air. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. This is still anyone's ball game at this point. The difference is just 2 as we begin quarter number 3. Williams now to return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They trail by 2, and we'll start this drive with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He finds Jahan Dotson. And they're going to mark him down up as the 35.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, You break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
On first down, it's Hurts. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
You can tell the quarterback has built a lot of confidence in his ability to make plays today with his feet. The defense has had a hard time keeping him in check, and this time, much better job in pursuit. Even though he was able to get outside the pocket, they were able to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now Hurts going to call his own number. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense, and I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
3rd and long for Hurts. That's complete. Tight end got it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
A first down throw for Hurts. A pass complete there to Smith. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Hurts working in the pistol. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
Quarterback knew the blitz was coming. You could hear him pre-snap communicating with the guys up front, but sometimes it's just the perfect defensive call, and there weren't enough blockers to account for all the rushers. He had to get the ball out quick, and thankfully for him, he got it out just in the nick of time.
And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Hurts going to keep it on the option. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 3. A first down on a gain of 11.
This defense has had their share of troubles trying to contain this quarterback today, Mike. This time they go to the zone read. The defender goes after the running back, and the quarterback pulls it, keeps it himself, and has a huge gain for a first down.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Looks like a design run. Hurts has it. And he will take it in himself. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
On is Elliott to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Eagles will up the lead to 5. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return, here's Turpin. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott set to take over again. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. So they come to the line for first down and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. The open man is Tolbert. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Here's the give up the middle with Williams. He'll look forward for maybe a yard. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. Third down, 3 to go. They'll go again with Williams. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Cowboys.
In motion, Lamb. Dak going to throw it here on first down. That's complete left side to Pickens. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. Pistol now for Prescott. And he's not able to get away. He does manage to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll set up second down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
On second down, it's Dak. In the middle of the field, it's taken by C.D. Lamb. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. They'll try to run for it with Williams. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down, Cowboys.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
He's got it inside the 5. And he will get into the end zone. George Pickens. Touchdown, Dallas. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead.
Mike, this is a great example of a wide receiver who just truly understands the concept of spacing. When you're open, stay open. If you're not open, get open. And when you can do that and operate in the middle of the field, man, you are such a weapon and a reliable target for your quarterback. It's a great example of it here. He works to stay open, middle of the field, ball's on target. It's an easy touchdown.
The Cowboys will line up for the two-point conversion.
Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And he will get in. The two-point conversion works. And the lead is up to 3.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here's Williams on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. But take you back to earlier and some highlights in this one. He had success throwing it, but also success running it, including that rushing touchdown. He has been the unquestioned leader of this offense on the field today. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Here comes the Eagles punt team. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. A 1st down throw for Prescott. There's that man again. Another catch. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Well, any fear they might have had that they'd come out of the halftime break flat has completely gone out the window. They're not content, Mike, here just having the lead. They're looking to extend it. A couple more plays like that, they're going to find themselves in scoring territory here very quickly.
On the carry, it's Williams. And he'll take this up to the 48-yard line. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Dak. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Now Prescott. He'll get this one complete to Schoonmaker. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up first down.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw is Prescott. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
First down, Prescott. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll run. It's Williams. Marked down at the 6. Second and goal. To throw is Dak. Taking off, and he gets to the outside and Makes it in. Dak Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Now Aubrey for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cowboys will extend this third quarter lead.
Eagles 21.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. To throw is her. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket, nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
Well, not a great start to this drive offensively. You take the sack on 1st down, and you're thinking, all right, let's go to the ground game. Let's pick up some of the lost yardage. But then you take a loss again, and now it sets up 3rd and real long, and you find yourself in a tough spot.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like, living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Fair catch will be taken here. It is right at the 40-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. First and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Prescott. Catch is made. That is Schoonmaker. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Working from the shotgun, He'll hand this one off. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Prescott now. Oh, they're on him in a crash, and he's lost the football. The Eagles have it. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. Hurts will work here from the pistol. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run. But the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
Hurts to the air on 1st down. That's to the sideline and pulled in by Smith.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He'll go right back to Smith. They hook up again. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down. Throwing is Hurts. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
They'll run the toss to Barkley. Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
3rd and short, and Hurts will throw. That's in the end zone and intercepted.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Cowboys offense and George Pickens out for their next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And after the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
On the play fake, Dak working his way across the field, caught by Lamb. That catch puts him over the 100-yard mark here tonight, and it gives the team a first down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down. It's another run here for Williams. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. Dak to throw. Left side, caught by Lamb. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's first and 10. To throw is Prescott. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
He'll try again here, second and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. He keeps it himself. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
In motion, Lamb. On third down, Prescott. Here's a screen set up to Williams. To the pylon, he's in. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Dallas. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Aubrey now for the extra point. The kick is good. The Cowboys will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return, it's Williams. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. A pistol snap, back to Hurts. Looking right side, he's got a receiver. It's Smith. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. Now a quick throw taken in by Brown. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
First and 10 now from the 36. To the air again. Hurts. Quick slant into the hands of Smith. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Here's 1st and 10. Again, Hurts. That's taken in right side by Goddard.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
2nd and a yard. Hurts will try it again. And he'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
Hurts again. Now he is in. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Here's Elliott for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Eagles are able to cut the deficit to 10. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. There's CeeDee Lamb heading back out there with the rest of his Cowboys teammates. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing is Prescott. That's brought in right side by Pickens. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
So often we see a team that's milking a 2-score lead get very conservative, especially in the 4th quarter, but not this coach. He says, all right, I might have a 2-score lead. I want to make it 3. He's trying to put as much pressure on his opponent possible here down the stretch late.
On the option, here's Williams. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Williams. And he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen. Now a 3rd and 2. On the ground, this is Williams. Cowboys special teams unit heads out for the punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The home team's offense and Jalen Hurts getting set for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. From the 25, they'll go to work, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He's going to keep it himself. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. But he'll gather it back in. Hurts finding Smith, and an Eagle, 1st down. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged a bullet.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down. Now Hurts. The open receiver is Dodson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. It is 2nd and a yard. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
He's got it at the 3. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll drop to throw. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
I really like the play call. Sometimes you can catch the defense thinking run, and you can change it up on first down and go pass. The issue is, if you're the quarterback, you've got to get this ball out of your hand. Touchdown or out the back of the end zone into the bleachers, because you cannot afford to go backwards.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Deron Bland.
Every defensive coordinator, Mike, in the NFL preaches one thing about red zone defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Make them settle for 3. Well, what do? With that interception, they take it to another level, and they get off the field without allowing a single point.
The Cowboys offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll find some space, taking it for 6 out to the 26-yard line. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They run over center with Williams. And he'll get this close to the first down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. They'll run it with Williams. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it's a win here for the visiting Cowboys. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Philadelphia, good night.